This is my city!
You gave it a shot. You tried to go straight, but you've got your father's blood pumping through your veins. You're a killer. There's no shame in it.
This is the golden moment in the Book of Boba Fett, the scene that displayed the series' true potential and how good it could have been. The fantastic dialogue performed by Cad Bane surprises me to this day in how it managed to add more context to Boba Fett's story than the entire show did combined. My problem with the series that premiered about a year ago has never been the fact that Boba Fett became beta or weak. I think that type of criticism is a lazy way of looking at things. The issue I rather want to bring forward in this video is the fact that the events that developed throughout the series nearly never got explained. Or in other words,
I've known you a long time, Boba. One thing I can't figure. What's your angle?
what I found funny about this particular line is that it feels like Cad Bane is asking the question everyone had been eager to figure out from the very beginning. Why? Why did Boba suddenly want to protect this city and its people? Why did he want to play the fair and decent godfather over a bunch of criminal gangs in the Outer Rim?
You want to head of Gatra?
Why not? I'm tired of working for idiots who are gonna get me killed.
People like us don't get to decide when we're finished.
I know Fennec Shan and Boba discussed this in episode 4, but I still believe that it was a way too sudden switch of ideology. There was no backlash, no hesitation, no inner battle between what Boba had been doing his entire life versus what he made up after his near-death experience. This is where context, for example flashbacks, would have helped so much to make the audience connect with his choice, to illustrate why Boba's decision was the natural way of things. I believe the story would have been so much more interesting if Boba was conflicted between these two different philosophies of the cold-blooded bounty hunter that would do anything to finish his mission,
No disintegration.
As you wish.
and the warm, protecting leader that would do anything for his people.
Thank you.
This is exactly what Cad Bane mentions in the final confrontation between them, that the greedy hunter would always be a part of him, whether he liked it or not. And it makes me upset that the creators apparently didn't understand the enormous potential they were sitting on.
I knew you were a killer.
The easy explanation to the question of why Book of Boba Fett got the criticism it deserved mostly came down to the weird way Disney chose to market the series. First and foremost, this was never a show about Boba Fett, rather a series inside the Mandoverse that should have been called something like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett on a side quest. Don't judge this made up name, please. What I mean is that it should have been clarified as a continuation of The Mandalorian, Chapter 17, not Chapter 1 of a standalone story. By setting these false expectations of a fleshed out adventure with our favorite bounty hunter, they had already failed because the outcome was something very different. Sure, Boba Fett was the most frequently appearing character, but the overall plot were obviously used as a springboard to tell the story of Din Djarin and Grogu.
Okay, little guy. I'm happy to see you too.
The beginning of the series with the Tusken Raiders were the best part of Boba's story, and I appreciate the development of his character in those opening episodes, transitioning from a selfish lonely man to a sort of a leader. Though the decision of killing the entire tribe didn't suit me at all, as I thought he could have played an important part of the entire story. I understand what the creators wanted to express with the similarities of being a personal guidance for the Tuskens and the daimyo of Mos Espa, but the final outcome fell short because there was a severe lack of motivation for the reason behind Boba's choice of suddenly wanting to rule the city of crime on Tatooine, something I expressed earlier in the video.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I swallowed it. It's a tricky little bugger.
To summarize this, I would say that Book of Boba Fett should have been so much more, that the potential was there for a phenomenal anti-hero adventure that could have ended in multiple different ways, and still would have made many fans satisfied. Instead, they chose to kill off one of the few highlights of the show, Cad Bane, and by doing so contradicting Boba Fett's entire philosophy on now being a quote-unquote good guy. Yes, Book of Boba Fett was a roller coaster of emotions, with low lows and high highs, but the consistency was sadly never there. I just hope Lucasfilm learned from their mistakes, and let's look forward to a 2023 filled with Star Wars content. To get you guys in a good mood again, why don't you check out my latest video about my favorite moments from Star Wars 2022. Thank you so much for watching my videos, it means the world to me. But most importantly, may the Force be with you.